Good morning, and welcome back to Whispers in Wregate. I'm Baron Battlebred, the Game Master. The Time Breakers have finally made it back to town.
Time breakers.
They finished their original quest. They've chilled out for the evening, had a delicious meal at Bread Meat Bread. Did you guys go straight to bed? Was there anything else you did during the evening previously, or anything that needed to be dealt with?
I don't believe
No.
so.
Shimmer probably went somewhere she could get like a private bath hall, got a nice bath for the sake of it.
Yeah, easy enough. There's plenty of such spaces around the city.
Yeah, that's what she does before going back and giving the necklace to Elise before going to sleep. That's her night after bread eat bread.
I will say that you guys will know that at the end of this long rest, you wake up and it is the first day of the Black Sun Festival. Is there any changes to yourselves, your outfits, your equipment that you would like to take note of now?
Fancy. But also, it's probably fancy before. Different fancy.
Extra fancy.
I'm attuned to my regular wounding.
Thaddeus, knowing that the Black Sun Festival was going to be tomorrow, he spent some time polishing up Sara, and also he spent some time getting his crossbow bolts set up so that way if he needs them in pinch, he can use them. That way he has a ranged weapon and he doesn't have to throw Sara.
I'm shiny.
Glaring.
At the end of your long rest, the early morning sun comes peeking over the horizon, the warm lights casting a glow over the city, and as it shines in, popped up overnight has been a kaleidoscope of colors as rows and rows of vendor tents and stages and illusions and even various games have all been meticulously set up in preparation throughout the city. As you guys start stirring, first thing in the morning, you can hear the buzz of people outside. Like, there have been people awake since the dark of the morning, getting everything prepared and ready, and the streets are already packed. What would you like to do today?
Thaddeus would like to get up and just enjoy the fact that there are crowds of people, something he hasn't really heard of in over 3 years.
Yeah. All right. You, Thaddeus, you get up, you get dressed, you get ready. Sara is buffed and polished. You step outside to get, a feeling of the day, and immediately you are met with the bright colors, the sounds of the people. Children are running around, zipping through the crowds of the rides and the booths and the magics on the streets. The scents of sizzling meats and spices and fresh baked breads. The melodic clinking of utensils on cookware as murmurs roll through the crowd. Just everybody seems so excited, but so tired to be out this morning.
Children really are disgusting creatures, aren't they?
They may be, but all these people here.
Normally I wouldn't be among the crowds in the city portion, or at least not alone. Usually I'd have some people with me. Oh, I guess it's changed since I started adventuring, but there hasn't been this many people in Wregate. Ever? As far as I'm aware.
Pretty much. So you guys are coming out of Thaddeus's house in, I believe you lived in the Eastern Village, Thaddeus?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure that's right. You even you lived in the Eastern Village. I believe it was someone else who lived in the Arcane Isles. But anyway, you guys would know that the most interesting places to go would be to make your way through the Upper Ward and towards the Bazaar and up towards Helm's Hollow, if you wanted to find the most variety of the festival today.
I think that's where Shimmer will go.
Thaddeus turns to Sara. Sara, would you like to go exploring the city today?
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right.
I suppose not much harm can come from enjoying ourselves, but we should be careful not to cause any time anomalies.
We can try, but that may also be impossible to avoid.
After seeing myself ripped in half, I'm just going to enjoy it.
Thaddeus, roll me a wisdom save.
You brought it
Every
up.
time. That's going to be a 17.
Ooh, that's pretty good, actually. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
13.
Interesting. Roll me a D10.
4.
As you guys are making your way out of Thaddeus's house, you have your conversation. Thaddeus says that he just wants to enjoy the next few days after seeing himself ripped in half. And as he's stepping out the door, he freezes, completely paralyzed for the next 4 minutes.
Well, he's going to look like a fool if we don't get him out of the road.
Actually, he's been with us, so it would make the rest of us look like fools. You're right.
He's just standing there. People are jostling him back and forth, but they have to flow around him because he is not moving.
Damn it, Thaddeus.
Just imagining the fucking PTSD meme.
Yeah, the character retreats into his or her mind and becomes paralyzed.
I'm gonna, I guess, try and drag him at least further away from the sidewalk, possibly back into his house if we literally just stepped out of his house.
Are you gonna try and like pick him up or grab him by the scruff of the neck or?
I'm grabbing him by, neck's funnier. I'm grabbing him by the scruff of the neck.
Okay. He is paralyzed and can't fight back, so athletics.
Athletics.
We'll set this DC at 10.
That one. Wait, no, that was a 7 plus 8 plus 1, so it's a total of 8.
Oh no, that's not enough. Shimmer goes to drag Thaddeus back into his house and out of the way of the people, and he slips from her hand and falls to the ground.
She's just gonna stare at him.
Telekinetic push him into the door.
You're gonna shove him as he's falling?
Yes.
He can't make a save, so how far do you push him? 5 feet?
5 feet.
Okay. He starts falling, and then you watch as some invisible force just shoves him back up into the door. Thaddeus, you're going to hit the ground inside of your house, and you're going to take... Oh, boy.
Take a damage.
Oh, well, yeah, nobody's catching him.
Yeah, it probably has, like... does carpet exist in Wregate?
Thaddeus, does carpet exist in your house? He's paralyzed. He's not going to say anything. Wow.
That's commitment.
It is. I like it.
Thaddeus, you are going to take 1 point of damage as you hit the ground and snap back to your senses.
Oh, that's not too bad then.
You are lying on the floor of your house.
What a great start to the day.
Yeah, there's been better starts.
What are you thinking? Just stopping in the middle of the road like that?
I'll explain later.
Shimmer's also gonna press the digitation her hand.
All right. Shimmer prestidigitations her hand just in case. And Thaddeus gets up, brushes himself off, and steps back out of the door as if he'd got up on the wrong side of the bed the first time. Time for a new start to a new day.
No more freezing. That's annoying.
You guys make your way out into the town, through the throngs of people, past the vendors. You see all sorts of neat and unique little trinket shops. You see fancy bags, fancy clothes. There are masks out. There are a shocking number of stalls that are selling just all sorts of various helmets. Some are like just child-sized, hats with a string to hold onto place, just a single layer of metal. Then you have others which are actual armors with visors. And there's so many of those. You don't remember there being so many of those this first time around.
Huh, I don't remember there being so many of these this first time around.
I stopped paying attention. What is there? That's so many?
Helmets.
With visors.
And children's size, too.
Because she wasn't here the first time around.
Right, Shimmer wasn't part of the first festival.
I mean, neither was I.
That's true, too.
Can I roll a history check to see what I do remember?
Yes. Go ahead and roll me a history check.
20. Dirty 20.
You remember that you spent most of your day working the first day of the festival because nothing interesting happens on the first day of a festival. They save it for later in the week to get people coming back. You do recall that there was something exciting that happened down in Helm's Hollow on the very first day. And you were kind of bummed that you didn't get to see it. And that's probably why you don't recognize all of these stalls here in the upper ward that are just selling helmets, probably to commemorate the festival to Helm, the god of protection.
I remember working the first day, so I didn't really get to participate because usually the festivities take place, they get better as the week goes on. But I do remember something taking place in Hollows Deep that I really wanted to see, and I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get to see it. Would any of you like to go see that?
Yes, I suppose it's worth checking out.
Might as well. It's interesting, and you guys know what happened, so you'll know what the interesting stuff is.
Elise is still, perpetually on edge, I would say. Just the fact that this is such a strange occurrence, being back in time, knowing something devastating is coming. Or maybe it's not coming and she doesn't know for sure.
You guys make your way to the north side of the city, towards Helm's Hollow. On the way, it's very easy to collect a pamphlet of today's festivities. You know that there are a variety of small games and things out and about, and you know that down in Helm's Hollow, a play is being performed.
Unrelated. Wasn't the lizard guy gonna send for us today?
He said he would probably send for you later in the evening.
He said the morning.
Or the evening.
Shimmer is gonna keep a lookout for messengers and potential threats, including pickpocketing children or cultists.
You're going to pickpocket children?
No, she's looking out to make sure that no more children try to pickpocket her.
Oh, smart. Gotcha.
Shimmer's gonna probably told Elise about the pickpocketing child last night. So she is, in fact, eyeing the children warily and mutters something about discussing children to Elise.
On the one hand, Elise remembers being a child that steals from things, steals from people, to be able to afford her own food and her own lodgings. And on the other hand, she has a disdain for grubby little children. She will nod in response. We'd better watch out. They're sticky fingers in more ways than one.
Disgusting.
You guys make your way down to Helm's Hollow for the play. It is a silver piece to get a seat.
Is there a nice box seat?
If you want a box seat, it's going to cost you a gold coin.
Okay.
Okay?
Gold coin, I'll pay for box seats for all of us.
I mean, Shimmer was already going straight to the box seat. Wasn't even looking at the normal seat.
Don't worry, Shimmer. I've got this. I've been wanting to see this the first time round, and I didn't get a chance to see it. My treat.
She'll accept it because why not? If the peasant wants to waste his money, then the little money that he has, then let him. More money in my pocket.
Oh my god.
I walk up to the box office, and I say I would like 2 box seats and 1 regular seat.
There's 4 of us.
I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm going to be in the regular seat.
Wait, no, that still only counts for 3 seats.
Yeah, I guess I'm standing.
No. I bought 2 box seats, 1 for me, 1 for Sara, and then I got a regular seat for Elise.
Shimmer is going to roll her eyes at the 1 regular seat and be like, make that a box seat.
That's what happens when you try to call me a peasant.
She didn't say the peasant thing out loud. She said it in her head.
Have you guys figured out your seating arrangements?
Yeah, Shimmer is going to buy Elise and herself box seats, since Thaddeus is not, apparently.
Appreciated. I was not about to go sit by myself in regular seats.
Of course not.
Why would a machine need a seat anyway?
You guys all get your box seats purchased, and you head up to the highest level to overlook the play Angels in Om. The very famous thespian Ichabod Swanson is going to be playing the lead role, and you're very excited to see him work.
Is he alive?
What a very strange question.
In our time, is he alive? Because I feel like if he was, I probably would have seen him perform before.
You would have seen him perform before.
Okay, so he is alive.
He is a famous bard. He travels doing the plays and things. He really likes being on stage. He's a very pompous type of character, though. So he started only playing at the fanciest place. And he was hired by the city here to perform his latest work, Angels in Om, here for the festival. This is the debut show. You guys get your box seats. You all get ready to sit down. The fanfare opens. The play is introduced. The curtains open, and you hear a gasp from the crowd, and someone starts screaming as you see the lifeless body of Ichabod Swanson lying on the stage.
Well, Sara is going to say, well, that is an interesting start to a play. As I'm still watching, expecting something to happen.
Thaddeus looks at Ichabod's body. He looks at the playbill. He looks at Ichabod's body. He looks at the playbill. He turns to Sara and he says, pretty sure this isn't a murder mystery.
Yeah, I don't think that's normal. Is he in like a pool of his own blood or something?
He is.
Yeah, I don't think that blood is supposed to be there.
You think it's practical effects or illusion magics?
That could be, but
You see several city guard make their way up to the stage. Two of them climb up, and two of them stay down to keep the crowd back. One of them pokes him with the end of his halberd, bends down and tries to see if this individual is alive, and he stands up, just shaking his head.
No.
They step to the side. They keep the crowd back as another guard goes running off, looking to find someone of higher authority. At which point, you see a small group of people, there's probably 5 of them, clamber their way up on stage. You see a human in heavy armor. You see a large elephant man, a literal elephant man. He's got the face of an elephant there. You see a lion man standing next to him. Thaddeus, roll me a perception check.
Interesting. 21.
With a 21 perception check, Thaddeus, you watch as a second what appears to be human clambers up on the stage, and on their back is a strikingly similar weapon to the blueprints that you have access to from Gimbal.
Oh.
It looks almost the same, but not. It seems to be more elongated. It's definitely of a fancier make, and it seems to only carry 1 cartridge. But it is definitely the same style of weapon that Gimbal gave you blueprints to. You watch as this group of people investigate the body. One of them, the elephant man, starts to cast a spell and appears to be talking to the dead man, whereas the lion man jumps down and starts yelling at the small tabaxi guard who is standing in front of the crowd, trying to keep everybody back. And suddenly it hits you that, yeah, the assassination of Ichabod was the most interesting thing that happened at the festival on the first day.
Oh, I turned to everybody. I remember why this was interesting to me. It was the assassination of Ichabod today.
nice to know before we paid for these seats. Do you think we can get a refund?
You really couldn't remember the assassination? Ah, now we gotta sit through all the police investigations. Guards questioning.
You guys watch as the elephant man and the heavy armored human start dragging the body off the stage.
Understandable.
The lion man continues yelling at the small tabaxi guard. At that point, you can hear the guards at the front of the thing start turning people away. Like, the curtains are closing, show's over. You're going to have to go find something else to do.
Well, I guess the show's over. We're going to have to go find something else to do.
Well, that was most unfortunate.
Also, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I do agree with Shimmer. I wish I could get a refund now.
On your way out of the box seats, you do see the individual who you purchased the seats from, still sitting at his table.
Shimmer's gonna walk over there and be like, so the play was canceled due to apparently murder. Can we have a refund, please?
I mean, did you get to see the play?
No.
Like, at all?
Nope.
No.
Usually they murder the thespians after they give a bad performance. I mean, we're probably going to need the funds for the investigation, and we're going to need the money because, the play's got to, if the play is down, that means nobody's coming to see, the second half.
We don't need your life story, we just need the refund.
The guards will pay for the investigation. That's the city's job.
Yeah, but like if somebody's been murdered, then nobody's going to come see the second play, which means that we're not going to make money in the second half of the day. And if we're not making money in the second half of the day...
That's not exactly my problem with it. Can I have a refund, please? Can I roll persuasion?
Hold on.
You can, but I want what you got, Sara?
Something bad.
Oh.
Definitely lead to conflict.
I mean...
I love it.
Let's hear the idea first.
Nope, let's just do it.
While everybody's talking, and all the distractions are going on, I'm just gonna reach up and start taking our money out of the register.
You're just gonna steal from the lockbox?
Yeah, right in front of them.
Just blatantly. Okay,
Yes.
So okay.
I would like to switch my persuasion to we deserve a refund after all of that.
Okay.
It's not our problem. Give us our refund.
Shimmer, go ahead and roll me your persuasion.
29.
Sara, go ahead and roll me your sleight of hand.
I already did. It's 20.
Okay. Sara, you grab a handful of coins out of the lockbox as Shimmer is berating this individual who agrees with you, Shimmer. Like, yeah, if you guys didn't get to see the play, then obviously I guess we should give you the refund begrudgingly. Yeah, he didn't see anything. So, Sara, you get the 4 gold coins back for the box seats. And Shimmer, you get given 4 gold coins for your refund. Congratulations.
Oh, I'm bad. I'm sorry.
He rolled a 2 on his insight check. He didn't see anything.
Once they're out of earshot, Elise is going to turn to Sarah. I've never been more proud of you, robots. You've done really well today.
That's what you're proud of.
With the play canceled, you guys make your way back out onto the streets, now 4 gold coins richer, and head down to the bazaar, where it seems the crowds are migrating to. As you guys make your way into the bazaar, you see a large crowd has gathered around an attraction. In the square, a muscle-bound bugbear is presiding over a test of strength. Towering over even the burliest of humans, a mass of rippling muscle and coarse hair, with a permanent scowl set on his face, is currently standing next to a large iron bar that's been driven into the ground, with a cross-section placed on top. And attached to those cross-sections are several sacks and treasures. Wielding a massive war hammer, he turns towards the crowd, gesturing towards the individuals, saying, "Step right up, you puny weaklings! Let grooms show you what true strength looks like before you embarrass yourselves further." And taking a swing with the warhammer at the iron pole, he strikes it, and with a mighty gong sound reverberates through the crowd as several of the items over the crossbar topple, but several stay standing. He turns around and addresses the crowd again. He says, "For just 10 gold pieces, you may take my mighty warhammer and strike the pillar for a chance at prizes."
Shimmer's gonna turn and walk away. He is not interested in this whatsoever.
Yeah.
Simply barbaric.
10 gold pieces returns a minimum of 50 if you're successful.
On the other hand, we don't have to approach this the same way as these plebeians. You see, you have certain abilities I'm sure you've seen that can make it ring, regardless of how hard you hit the damned thing.
Interesting.
She gives a flick to demonstrate on something nearby that makes a ringing sound. Like if there's a bell or something metal that happens to be nearby, and she just mage hands flicks it.
Interesting. Okay.
Thaddeus knows this. He turns to Elise and he says, "I have an idea. Let's enter Sara."
As a prize or as a person hitting the...
As a person hitting the hammer, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, but I spoke without thinking.
Sarah will try to flex, and being that I have metal arms, obviously there is no show of anything. But then Sarah will reply with, "I don't know if I'm the best choice for this option, or best option for this."
Well, it is up to you, Sara.
As you guys are debating, you watch as a very large, burly human with a shaved head and numerous scars crisscrossing his arms and torso steps up to the bar. He goes to lift the warhammer, and it looks like he struggles for a second before he hoists it up onto his shoulder. And with a mighty yell, he swings it around. He misses the first time, spinning in a full circle before connecting on the second strike. And again, that gonging sound rings out. The pole shakes, and you watch a bag of coins and a potion fall from the crossbar this time.
That guy looks stronger than me, and he really struggled to lift it.
You guys hear the bugbear shout out, "Wow, you call that a strike? My grandmother could put more muscle behind a blow, and she's been dead for 50 years.
Damn.
I roll.
So,
I roll.
I will go over and try to pick up the hammer
okay.
without paying the fee.
Without paying the fee, you're just going to attempt to pick up the hammer.
I'm going to try and pick up the hammer.
No, hold on. We actually have to pay the fee in order to make the money.
Real quick, though, can I pick up the hammer?
Roll me a strength check.
19? Is that enough?
Yeah. With a 19, you swing this hammer up onto your shoulder with much more ease than the muscle-bound individual before you.
I will flick a platinum to the guy, and I'll swing at the bull.
He snatches it out of the air, and he says,
Hold on. Do I have anything to help me out here?
How much is a platinum worth?
10 gold.
How long does it take
Okay.
to do an infusion?
An artificer infusion?
Yeah.
An action.
Yeah, it's an action.
Okay, then I would like to use an action to do the infusion enhance weapon
On the weapon?
on the weapon Sarah's using right now.
Nice.
Does that work on an already enchanted weapon?
I honestly don't know. I don't know much about infusions.
Artificer infusions are extraordinary processes that rapidly turn a non-magical object into a magic item.
Got it.
Okay. Can you enchant Sarah's arms?
I enchant Sarah's arms.
So, Sarah, this bugbear is towering over you at just over 9 feet tall, and he stares down at you.
I am 6 feet under his head.
He looks down at you and he goes, "Are you sure you can swing that, little one? Perhaps you would prefer this squeaky hammer."
Before he says anything, I'm gonna swing.
Oh, you're just gonna go for it?
Yeah, like as he's starting to say something, I'm gonna make my swing because I already paid him and I'm fucking doing this.
Okay, you made the strength check to pick up the weapon, so go ahead and roll me an attack. D20 plus your strength modifier plus 2.
Elise has a mage hand prepared to like flick the bell if she misses.
Just gonna roll a d20 and I'll start doing the math.
All right.
So it's a decent roll.
All right. So that's a 15 plus your strength modifier, which is plus 1, plus the enchantment from Thaddeus. So that's a plus 2, plus the weapons bonus, which is also plus 2. So a total of plus 5. 15 and 5 comes to 20. All right. You got a 20 on your hit.
Do I get to add proficiency?
Are you proficient in warhammers?
I'm a fighter.
Then yes, which is another plus 2. So that comes to 22 on your strike. With a 22, you guys watch as this bugbear attempts to say something to Sara, and Sara just rears back and strikes this iron pole as hard as she can. And you watch as several items fall off the crossbar as the gong sound rings out. A bag of coins, a javelin, a potion, and a rod.
Hold, hear me out, right? Elise,
Yes.
are you still gonna cheat anyway?
Well, not if you succeeded.
All right. I was gonna say, like, as it's on its way back down, like immediately going down before it really moves away from the bell, look it again.
You want to try and hit it again?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. So, for striking a 22, you get a bag of 50 gold pieces. You've procured a javelin of lightning, a potion of hill giant strength,
Oh dear God.
and an immovable rod.
Oh, you gotta slow down. I'm trying. All right, I have an immovable rod.
A potion of hill giant strength,
And a backpack. Potion of little giant strength. That's
Mhm.
actually a proper potion. Good.
yes, a javelin of lightning,
Javelin. Lightning.
and the bag of 50 gold pieces.
Yep, already added 4 or 5.
He turns to you and he says, "Normally, you receive 1 prize. I fear I may not have attached those correctly. However, they fell, and so they are yours."
Yep. And as he's saying all this, I'm just going to drop the hammer in front of him, all cocky, and walk away.
His arms are very long, so as you start walking away, he grabs you by the shoulder and he says, "Wait 1 moment, there is 1 more prize." And he hands you a silver medal. And on that medal is inscribed a fist clenched around a large warhammer. And he says, "Congratulations on achieving the silver strength medal."
I have a sneaking suspicion here that he's trying to coerce me to go again, but no, I will not. I will refrain.
He turns back towards the crowd and he goes, "Ha! Maybe you'd have better luck winning a prize by arm wrestling a newborn goblin. This is a contest for real warriors anyway, not scrawny city folk." Does anyone else want to try?
I'm gonna cast prestidigitation to make like a gust of wind blow past his ear. Just because it's sort of like he won't notice me flicking him because he's irritating me.
Yeah. You're
It's just a
upset with
harmless gust of wind.
you're upset with the individual who's just convincing people to play a game.
I don't like the way he's doing it. It's irritating. Like it's fine, it's his job, but also it's irritating.
So you blow a gust of wind at him.
Just a small gust of wind past his ear. Nothing harmless. It's completely harmless. And
Nothing harmless. A deadly wind. He watches his head snap towards you for just a moment, and he winks at you, and then he goes back to addressing the crowd.
Wow.
I'm gonna.
Hold on. Were we gonna level up?
I think we were, but we completely forgot about it.
I'm still level 4.
What does that have to do with anything right now?
Yeah, like I was.
Sorry, I got distracted.
I asked earlier in the text chat, but as soon as we started the session, hey, wait, weren't we supposed to level up? Because I thought we were supposed to after the end of that quest. But I didn't want to interrupt anything to ask out loud.
I have forgotten. We'll find out.
Next time.
Does anyone else want to have a go at Groon's test of strength?
What are we arm wrestling a goblin?
No.
You go to arm wrestle a goblin as a hobgoblin with like a belt of storm giant strength.
No, he was taunting you by saying that you could arm wrestle a baby goblin and maybe win a better prize, you know.
Oh,
'Cause you're
well,
weak.
if I can't arm wrestle a baby goblin and win a better prize, then I'm not interested.
All right, then. Congratulations, Sara, on your silver strength medal. All right. Well, if you guys walk away from the game and go to enjoy the rest of your day at the festival, what you looking for out there? What makes you wander around?
It's a festival. It has festival things. I don't know what festivals. I've never been to one.
Are you looking for stuff to buy? Are you looking for interesting things to eat? Are you looking for suspicious individuals?
Well, I've been keeping an eye. Said that I would be keeping an eye out for suspicious individuals.
That is true. Roll me a perception check.
16.
You've seen some shady-looking salesmen, but no individuals outside of their area. There was one very odd-looking man keeping track of a stall that you crossed. It was really long. He had a cane and a top hat, and he was talking really fast at people, trying to get them to walk into his dark space.
Given the cult activity, that's suspicious.
He has the longest tent by far of anything that you've seen in the square today, but it's completely covered. And every time you saw the door opened, it was very dark in there.
Shimmer is not going to go in there and is going to tell the rest of the group not to go in there.
Knowing that there seems to be an excess amount of helmets being sold on this first day and everything like that, I would like to investigate them. Like a few samples to see if there's anything odd about them.
Oh my god.
Because something doesn't really sit right.
Helmets.
Okay. So you go investigate some of the helmets. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Since Shimmer told you all not to go in the very long and creepy tent.
Nope.
9.
With a 9, you walk up to a stall that has a lot of different helmets attached to it. You can see that there are some for kids, which are just made out of like a single hammered round piece of sheet metal with a string attached to cover their heads, all the way up to half mask and full mask plate style helms. You can even see one or two that are enchanted at the very top of the stall.
I would like to have a closer look, but try to do so without anybody noticing me.
Okay, go ahead and roll me stealth.
I'm feeling inspired. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
14.
Okay, that's pretty good stealth. Go ahead and roll me your investigation with advantage. The dwarven armorsmith who's currently running this stall is looking the other way.
Excellent. Dirty 20.
Wow. Okay, so with a dirty 20, you can grab, I would say, any one of the helmets that I described to you. Which one would you like to grab? Top shelf, middle shelf, or bottom shelf?
I would like to grab the helmet with the most unusual properties about it.
Okay. You grab a helmet off the top shelf. It has a full hammered out face on its visor. So when you pull it down, it's a complete other mask. It's got 2 eye holes, but no mouth hole and no nose holes. It has 2 small horns that curve over the back of its head, made out of a mix of black and silver metals. This one appears to be enchanted.
Interesting. Can I study the enchantment with my arcana real quickly, see if I notice anything?
Yes.
23.
You would see that this helmet has an enchantment cast on it.
Right.
The school of magic is enchantment, and without studying it further, as you are just pulling it off of a stall next to the individual, if you had a detect magic or an identify spell on you, that would give you more information. But you do know that this helmet is definitely enchanted.
With an enchantment spell.
Right. You would know that enchantments often compel and charm people.
These are the fucking goddamn chum bucket hats. Fucking knew it.
As you're learning about the enchantment on this helmet, you hear a gruff voice next to you go, "Hey, are you going to pay for that?"
I turn to the gruff voice and I say, how much?
2 gold pieces.
I think to myself that seems rather low and suspicious, so I just turn away and walk off with the helmet.
The voice behind you shouts, "Hey, come back!"
I flip him the bird.
What happens next? Find out next time on
Whispers and Wregate!
Yeah, all right. We're going to end on that note. But when we return next episode, I'm sure the time breakers will continue to impress us.
Time breakers, time breakers.
You can come join the Discord, link is in the description, and help us build the city from the inside.
Thank you, Mav, for your improv.
You can leave a rating, leave a review, and tell us how you really feel. Thanks for listening.
Bye. And you can always count on me.